Welcome to Love Life After, where we embark on the beautiful journey of love, life, and resilience. I am Christelle, your host and friend on this exploration. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a cherished member of our family, thank you for being here. On this podcast, we'll share personal tales of triumph, heartache, and the incredible transformation that unfold after every challenge. So grab your favorite glass of wine, cup of tea, or coffee and find a cozy spot and let's dive into this magic of love, life, and everything that happens after the obstacle. And remember, your story is our inspiration, and together we'll navigate this journey ahead.
Baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen, baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black
Are you
queen,
still thinking about starting your podcast? If your answer is still yes, look no further. I use Buzzsprout. If you're listening to this episode right now, just click the link in the description and it will send you to the site. You need to get equipment and a software to record with. You can use Audacity, or if you have a MacBook, you can use GarageBand. I use both. Once you record, just upload it on Buzzsprout to distribute through all your favorite platforms. And that's it. Happy podcasting. Remember, click the link below and it will take you straight to buzzsprout.com. Welcome back to another episode of Love Life After. I am Christelle and I am back today with another beautiful guest. But before we dive in and let her share all the exciting thing that she wants to share with you today, I just want to go ahead and continue to remind you about your mindset. So remember how I did the 30-day challenge of positive mindset thinking. So I just wanted to take the time to remind you today to, continue to have a positive mindset. Continue to make sure that you prioritize your mental health and your mental well-being. Because at the end of the day, if we are not okay, the people around us or family or loved one will not be okay, or at least they're not gonna get the best of us, right? So I just really wanted to remind you about your positive mindset challenge and continue, like, even if you're not taking it as a challenge, just continue to keep that positive mindset. You know why? Because it's important to be intentional and really truly like learn yourself and your abilities and what you have so you can continue to make sure that you are prioritizing your mental well-being. It's very important to be intentional about how we live our life each day. So just like embracing ourselves and fully practicing those self-talk affirmation will really change our mind for the better. But yeah, I want you to remember that life will always, always have its challenges. Like, because we all know we go through challenges every day, but how we react to it is what matters. So don't react to things when they come to you. Don't react to them in a negative way, and don't let any negativity take control of your life. And also, don't allow other people's opinion to hold you back from living your true self. You know why? Because their opinions don't matter of you. What matter is how you see yourself. And remember, your mindset shapes your reality. Every day, choose positivity and let that guide your action. Because as we talk about living intentionally, it's also very important to remind ourselves that we are not alone. We are not the only people going through something. There are other people out there too that are going through something, whether it's physical, mentally, emotionally, they're going through something. So just be kind to people. Allow them to go through what they're going through. Be there for them. If you can, just, encourage them to stay positive. And that's all we could do. As human, like, we have the ability to help people if we can, but if we can, don't try to make it worse for them. Okay? But I want to share something else. Speaking of intentional, I just want to say, or at least remind you that Early voting is here. I think it already started because it started last week. It already started. So if you haven't registered yet, you could do so and vote at the same time. Remember, your voice matters. Please, please, please go vote. And as you're voting, just think about doing the right thing, okay? And make your vote count. Do the right thing and make your vote count. Are you still thinking about podcasting? Look no further. Buzzsprout has all the tools, support, and community to ensure you keep podcasting. They have helped over 400,000 podcasters launch their show since 2009. Buzzsprout has the tools, step-by-step guide, and remarkable customer support will make it easy to get your podcast out to the world. Buzzsprout can get your podcast listed in the podcast directory. You could reach millions of listeners by listening to your podcast in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podcast Index, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube, and all of the podcast directories. Go start now. Click the link below and it will take you straight to Buzzsprout so you could get your podcast spread out to the world. Happy podcasting. I'm going to go ahead and let my guest introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Tamika, but I go by T. I pretty much am a mom, a fur mom as well. I have a son and a daughter and 2 fur babies. I have a Rottweiler and a little Yorkie mix. Pretty much I've been in healthcare management all my life for 20-something years, 20-odd years. So I've always been the type to be able to help others. Things weren't easy. So it's like, what can I do to have the freedom that I want to acquire, right? What can I do to get back in position where I once was? So that's when I pretty much went on a journey of wanting to repair my credit. So I taught myself how to do that along with joining mentorships. And from there, I just went on to learn all things consumer law and financial literacy, and I fell in love because there's so many things that we just don't know. And if we did, it will be life-changing. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm still fairly new, but I've learned so much. So it's like I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a lot. Yeah. So I just know that everything that I've already gained thus far in this small amount of time, I just can't even imagine where I'm going to be 6 months to a year from now.
Right. That's beautiful. Like, I was like, I know there's resources out there, but I'm like, how did she like acquire all this? And a lot of us, even with my business, I'm like, I don't know a lot of this stuff about my business. One that stood out to me the most was about having those 4 account as a business owner, right? And I was like, wait, I only have 2. Like, where did the 4 come in? So, just reading and learning things from you, I just like, okay, I love that you're able to like share that with people consistently every week.
So, and I appreciate that. And I have to do better, honestly. I'm not a social media buff. I don't prefer social media. I really am kind of like the behind the scenes kind of person. So that is unfamiliar territory. So I try my best to put out content. And it's so much to say. Like literally I can post for days because it's just so much information. But it's just like I said, it's hard for me to I have to work on that. I have to work on that social media side of marketing and things like that and getting information out. But I love it. I always say, like, even though I'm not where I want to be, I don't like when people, they find out information and they keep it to themselves. And it's like they get to advance in life and like 3-4 years down the line, you're like, wow, they're doing amazingly. And you're like, what did they do? And it's like, I don't want to wait when I'm up there and I'm where I want to be to just be like, I'm here now, so y'all need to figure it out. No, y'all could come with me. Everything that I learned, I want to share with y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you said a few minutes ago that you were sharing, you've always liked to help people, and then you finally started your business, right? So tell me about your business. So what does your business do and consist of?
Well, my business is pretty much a consulting business for all things financial literacy. That would include credit repair. That would include creating credit, because some people don't have bad credit. They just don't have credit. That also consists of helping you start up a business, creating your LLC, also getting you business funding. If you already have a business and you want to get funding instead of always putting out of pocket, which you shouldn't be doing, then there's ways to go about doing that. Some people don't know how how their credit profile should look, whatever trade lines they should have on there. There's just certain things that have to look good. It's just everything is like points, basically. So I teach people how to do that. I also teach people about how to sue debt collectors, because a lot of us, we get debt collectors calling us, harassing us, texting us. We have all this debt on our credit report, and we don't even know that, like, a credit report that's bad is actually a great credit report. And I only say that because there's a lot of money on those credit reports, believe it or not. Those people that have these low credit scores and have collections and charge-offs and all that, they can actually use that to their advantage instead of being afraid of going after them, because you can sue them. Like, you don't have to take what these people are doing to you. And then I also teach recently what I learned, which is very important, because especially nowadays, people are starving. They're struggling. Food is expensive. And
tell me about it.
Yeah,
especially
so
with kids.
It's like everybody's like, I wish I could get food stamps. I wish I could get food stamps. And I know how to help people get approved. I don't talk about it that much online because, unfortunately, a lot of stuff we can't put out there. And I'm learning that from my mentors. Some stuff we can't put out there because guess what? They don't want you to know. Right. But one thing I can say is I know that by using laws, anyone could get approved for food stamps. And that's what I do. I did a webinar about it about a month ago. I did a webinar.
I remember that. Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah, I did that about a month ago. And it wasn't the best turnout because people just don't believe it. Like, honestly, people just don't believe it until I started getting people that was like, wait a minute, is this real? Like, they were questioning it. I eased their mind. I answered whatever questions they had. And they've all been getting approved, happily, saving money now. Like, that's the point. I'm like, I'm sharing this with you so I can help you. So why don't you take this information? I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't want anyone in jail. I don't want anyone getting in trouble. Like, every time that I always say I'm using laws. Everything I do, I'm using laws.
Right.
And people don't know that there's laws to get them these benefits.
Yeah. I know. I didn't know a lot of that either, because I did see that you did post about it. But when I saw it, I was like, I don't think I'll get approved for food stamps, so I'm not.
Everybody says that.
Right. So that's what, and I talked to one of my friends about it. I was like, can anybody get? She was like, nope, you won't after you hit it. And I was like,
that's what they want you to think.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to be sending people to you.
No, I'm seriously. Everybody's getting approved. I have not had one denial, and that's for food stamps. That's for cash every month if you need cash, and that's for Medicaid. Like that, when you're born into this country, when you come, they sign your birth certificate. When your parent had you, that's it. That's your God-given right. These things are supposed to be given to you. Why do you think it's so easy for the immigrants to come over and just easily get all these food stamps and cash? And why do you think it's so easy? They didn't have to go through a process. It's just because all they have to do is press a button. And literally what we're doing, what I'm teaching people is how to make them press that button for you.
Right. Basically. I know that's right. I saw, I think under that post, there was a negative comment under it. The reason why I'm bringing that up, because he was like, oh, you're trying to teach people not to do well for themselves.
Yes.
So I remember that. And I think I remember. Do you remember what you say?
I remember. I was just like, first of all, because he was saying that she was using the system just to buy crap and all that.
Right.
And I said, but how do you know she's using the system? Why is it that she's using the system? And how do you know that she's just using it for that? I said, this is simply a video that she's trying to be humorous. She wants people to laugh, right? She wants people to laugh, but also get a point across. And I said, that's simply what it is. Yeah. Like, that's really, I don't pay much attention to the negative people, because guess what? I know when you don't understand
that's
something,
what I remember. That's why I brought that up, because I wanted you to be able to tell, okay, if somebody do come to you, you know how to handle them.
Yeah, I'm not going to be defensive, because at the end of the day, when you don't understand something, like I said, you're going to be defensive sometimes. So it's hard to break that mentality. Remember, we have been brainwashed for so long. And then also we've been brainwashed to think that people that get cash assistance, food stamps, or Medicaid, we've been brainwashed to think that those people are poor or they're beneath. But guess what? If I tell you the percentage of people who are wealthy that get it, you will be surprised. So that is not a poor man's treat right there. That is for everybody. So don't get it twisted. Don't let them put you in that mentality to say, ew, you getting food stamps? Oh, the wealthy people do? I'm not going to start listing off who gets it, but people get it. So stop it. Y'all got to stop.
I want food stamps.
Hello? I'm like, I couldn't even believe it. This is the first time in life I've ever been approved for food stamps. I've always made decent money, thank God. God has always made sure.
Amen.
So I've never been approved. But the fact that now I'm making the most money I've ever made, and at this age I'm just now getting approved. I didn't even know how to act when I went in the store. I was like, what? Yeah, whatever. Because it's like usually you in, you're like, oh my God, this is expensive. I'm spending. Oh my God, I come out spending $600.
I know. We went grocery shopping the other day, and I came out spent almost $500 from Costco, and I'm like,
so wouldn't you want to have that $500 in your pocket?
Yes. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be hitting you up, so you can teach. So so what does somebody need to do to start the process with you?
As far as doing what, it depends on what they want to do, honestly. There's so many things. There's a lot of people that I'm luckily enough to be connected to now. Like, I have some amazing mentors. So I always tell people mentorship is amazing. I want to eventually create a mentorship for people. Right now, I'm not there because I know I wouldn't be able to give it my 100%, like, full, undivided attention. That's what I need to do. And because I see how the mentorship that I'm in, I see how they show up. Like, they're there on time every day. Like, they're doing it. So, but I just want people to even do the research on their own, even if they're not able to connect with me and pay for services or whatever. There's so much information out there that's available to you that you literally can do it on your own. You just have to want it. But if you want to connect with me, obviously on my IG now, my webpage was www.tibenterprises.net, but I'm actually revamping it. I'm doing it over. I'm changing it up. So it's just down at the moment, but you can always reach me. You can still get consultations. I have a link for my website to do a consultation. I also have at Piece of Tea on IG, and that's it for now. I have YouTube and everything, but I'm not doing too much on those sites. Like I said, remember what I said earlier, I'm not big on social media. I got to get my life together.
Right. I'm still learning social media myself, so don't feel that. I'm still...
Yeah, I'm just like, I created another page on IG, which I'm going to announce that for my business, because I want to get back to what I do in my regular life for my regular page, like me loving to like cook and bake from scratch, and me making herbal remedies, me doing tinctures. Like,
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah, I was gonna ask about that next, because I know I remember going through your Instagram. That's what you used to do, like wellness, holistic. So
it's honestly, it's like I never really stopped. I slowed it down, and honestly, I have to get back up, because you could tell the difference. Like, your body just feels different when you're putting certain things in it. So, but for me, I think because financial literacy is so much to learn that I had to like just zone in and just focus on that. Repairing your credit, there's so many gyms, there's so many things that you have to like. It's like you're back in school. Like, I'm on a Zoom call 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week, 2 to 3 hours each time. Then after that, I'm doing my research, and I have my regular 9 to 5 where I work in anesthesia. I manage 23 physicians by myself, so it's a lot to do. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I may drop the ball, but it's like I do it because now I'm so passionate about it. If I wasn't passionate about it, I wouldn't even be focusing on it.
So how do you find the balance to be a fur mom, a mom, and all your 9 jobs?
I don't even know, because sometimes I tell myself I spread myself too thin, and I feel like I really do need to have order. I feel like when you have more order, things just go a little bit more smoothly. So it's really about having an order, having a plan, sticking to your schedule pretty much. That's really it. And sometimes I don't do it because stuff happens. Like, literally right before we got on, there was a situation. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to hurry up. Like, but I was like, why did this have to happen now? But it worked itself out. But stuff happens sometimes. Yeah.
But how do you show yourself love with doing all in
I'm going to be honest with you. Really, I think just by how I treat myself with what I put in my body, I feel like that's how I show myself love. Like, I don't eat fast food. I don't eat a lot of stuff just because I know how harmful it is to me. Just by me maintaining my peace. I'm a very private person. I stay to myself. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a very small circle, if I could even call it a circle. But that's how I love myself, because I don't want any negative energy in my space. So that's another way. And keeping negative energy away from myself. I would say me making my oils and things like that. That's another way, because that's how I do self-care. I do my baths. I do my tinctures. I do things that I love to do that feels good. I could say I do need to get out more. I don't go out enough. So I always say, like, I'm never going to meet anybody if I'm always in a house. Like, it doesn't make sense. But then I'm complaining about being alone. It makes no sense. Make it make sense.
I remember one of your videos you post. Okay, so the reason why I'm just gonna put this out there because people be like, how do you say you're never on social media but you've seen her stuff? So T and I are actually in this group together where we support women with their businesses. So that's how I'm able to see her stuff because I'm on there more because that's my circle of Instagram
exactly.
followers. So yeah, so going back to that. So I remember one of your posts when you were like, I'm finally outside, I'm outside, I'm getting like, and I was like, I love this video of her because like when we've been seeing you, you've been in the house doing your videos, which I love your videos by the way, your little dance. I'll be like, okay, get it, girl. And then you came outside, you was like, whew. So was that one of the reasons why you don't like being out because you feel like you just want to like stay to yourself? Or was that a special day when you went out?
No, honestly, I've always been this way since I was even younger.
Really?
Like I had a group of friends, and they were always outside, and I was always inside. Like literally, I've always been this way. Maybe I got it from my mother. Who knows? But she was kind of like an inside person, so she was very just chill to herself. So maybe I got it from her. That could be the Gemini in me because Geminis are very particular about who they have around them, energies, and we kind of people tend to like view us the wrong way. A lot of people think we're mean. Like, a lot of people think I'm mean. They don't think I'm nice at all. If they see me, they just don't like me. And I'll be like, I'm such a sweet person. But they go off of that vibe. And usually it's because if I don't feel a good energy from you, then you're going to feel that from me. You know what I mean? So that's probably why I tend to stay away from people because I just don't want that negative energy. But I do love going out. Like when I do go out, I'm usually doing like community events and stuff like that, which I love. But if it's to have fun, I'll do it. But I really have like a 2-hour limit. After that, I'm like, oh, I gotta go back home. I can't do this no more. Like my social battery has like depleted.
Yeah, you sound like one of my friends. She's the same way. She was like, I can only give you 2 hours. After those 2 hours, I'm done. I say, I get it.
It's hard for me. If I stay out longer than that, then I'm shocked.
Yeah, and she's actually a Gemini too.
We really don't. Like, we don't like to be around a lot of people. But when we do go out, we're like, okay, I'll give you a little bit. After a while, we're like, no, it's not. Yeah. What's your sign?
I'm on the cusp of Scorpio and Sag.
Oh, so you are like the fun wild child, like to have fun and go out.
I do like to have fun, but I'm very reserved too as well. I'm more like the in between. Okay. I can have fun, but I could also like tone it down, but I'm a homebody.
I think the tone it down probably comes more from the Scorpio, but that turn of fun is that Sag.
Yeah. I try to like, I'm very outgoing. I like meeting people, talking to people, but I'm truly at heart, I'm a homebody. I like to be home, watch my TV, do my work, hang out with my kids. That's what I love to do. That fills me up. And, you know, doing things for me, reading. I love reading a lot.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that's all I do now because, and not even enough like I used to, but, I just feel like everything that we need to know is in books, basically.
Right, that's true. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Do you have any other advice that you want to leave?
I mean, honestly, I want y'all to think about, like, I don't want to talk about politics, but I just want to say, think about like the time that we're currently in. Like we're in some crazy times right now.
Yeah.
Like I can't even describe the way I feel when I think about where we are. And then the elections coming up and there's just so much stuff going on. Just with everything, right? So we have to no longer look to the government or other people to come out and save us and change our lives because honestly, America is a business. America was built on business. Actually, America was built on debt. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't own a business, then you're never going to like really enjoy life and have any taste of freedom. So what I tell everybody now, please just go out and get a business. Even if you don't want to do anything with it, just go get an LLC and let it sit there. Because actually, that's a good thing. It's gaining shelf life, right? It's gaining age. That's a good thing. Even if you do nothing with it, just go get it. And try to get a few, 2, 3, but just do that.
Really?
Because that's going to allow, that's going to allow you to go out there and get money. But these businesses, these banks, these credit unions, they don't like to give money to individuals. They like to give money to businesses. So if you had a decent credit score and you had an LLC, you can just go walk into a credit union or bank and get $200,000 just because You are now not an individual. You are now an owner. So that's the difference. That's what sets you apart. That's why people always would say, like with Trump, oh my God, he's a billionaire, millionaire, and he only paid that much in taxes, and I don't make anything, and I pay all it. Yeah, because that's the nature of the game. So
can they do that though without no cash flow?
They can do that because guess what? When you have a business, and let's say you're spending money on marketing, you're spending money on labels, whatever it is, you're spending money on, but you don't have no money coming in. That's a write-off now. That's now a write-off for you because even though you didn't make any money, you have all this debt, these expenses. So they have to put that against your regular income if you have like a regular 9 to 5. So that then lowers your tax bracket, which means you're paying less in taxes, and usually you get money back. That's why if you want to, like, I'm not a tax strategist, but that's who you should speak to. You should definitely speak to like a good CPA that can tell you how to do things like that. But honestly, I just tell people, you don't want to be an individual in America. You need to be a business. If you're not a business, you're just never gonna really get as far as you want to be. Like 401ks are not gonna save you. Like it's not. Social Security is not going to save you.
Yeah, that's crazy. My CPA last year told me that I need to, even if it's just a part-time job, I need to go ahead and get a part-time job because it will help me with my tax bracket with my business. And I was like, oh, okay. So, because I'm only, my full-time job is my business. But he advised me to go ahead and do a part-time job, even if I'm working 1 or 2 days a week. I still haven't done that yet because I'm like, I have so much going on. But yeah, I see, that what you're saying do match up with what he did say.
Because that's really it. I just want people to get out there and learn and read books and don't be afraid of new information. If you don't understand something, just ask the questions to make you feel more comfortable. Because I've been told that, like when I've spoken about the food stamp information, I've been told that, oh, this girl's gonna get y'all locked up. She's a scammer. You out here lying. Or you about to catch a RICO charge. All this crazy stuff. I'm like, what? Say here like, me. I said, I literally make it very clear that it is legal. I'm not going to jail. I love my freedom. Like, but the way people will attack you, but it's like, if you don't understand, just ask questions. That's it.
Right. That's amazing. Good for you that you don't care what other people think and you're really out here trying to help people.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. This is off topic. So what has been like your biggest challenge and how did you overcome
it? I guess because I'm currently separated, so I probably would say that that's just starting over. Like I said, that's the biggest challenge. You literally have to untrain your mind, right? There's a lot of times in life we have to untrain our mind. So you literally have to untrain your mind.
Right.
And say, okay, this is what I have to do because this is what I want to do. This is the trajectory I was on before all that bad stuff happened, right? So I have to get back to that. Like I may have lost my way, but I have to get back because guess what? I have children that rely on me. I have my fur babies that rely on me. I have to I wouldn't know what to do if I lost everything. Because, I felt like I lost everything in the moment. But really, you have to think about it like, no. Because there's a lot more you can lose. So just be grateful for what you have and let's go and get to it. And I've always been like I've always been a hustler type. I've always been the type that wanted to know more, learn more, just to always get to it. I've always been this way. It's just bad. I've been working since I was 13 years old, which is horrible when I think about it. But I literally have been working since I was 13 years old. And I wasn't even allowed to be working, but I definitely had a job. So it's just, that's really it. Me saying, this is not me. Like, this is not the person that I want to be. Like, look at myself in the mirror saying, what's wrong with you? Like, get it together. And like I said, I don't have a huge circle. So when you have to cheerlead for yourself, when you have to push yourself out of a situation because you literally don't have anyone to help you, it's hard, but you have to look at the bigger picture. And I want freedom for my children. Like, I do not want my children to even have to work if they don't want to. Of course they will, because thankfully I have great children that are very smart and I know they're going to be something. But that's my goal. I don't want them to have to struggle. Other ethnicities, other race, they make sure their children are settled, well off,
Having
so why
trust
can't I
for
do
the
that?
kids. So, it's important as far as like having, creating a trust and generational wealth.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
that's very
important. So
important.
we have to do it. So that's really what it was. It was like, okay, you got to stop it. Like, you have to remember who you are, and just that's really it too. Because I forgot who I was. I started to be insecure about stuff, which was crazy. I'm like, me, I'm not. I've never been insecure a day in my life. So it's like certain things just had to just finally, like, when you said enough is enough. I guess enough was enough, and then it was just like, okay, that was it. And then once I started to learn stuff that I fell in love with, then that was all it took, really.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Wow, good for you. I love that.
Thank you.
Good for you. So, as far as you as a person, like, have you ever been through, beside your separation? A friend of mine actually asked me to ask you this question because she was like, so I'm like, because she's been following you. I give her information or whatever.
I appreciate
so
that.
She's been following you. So she was like, I wonder if she's been through anything. I said, everybody been through something. But I'll definitely ask her for you. So that's her question.
I definitely have posted reels about that, saying like these things that I've gone through, and like I don't even know how I got through it, but that's just my faith in God. I'm not super religious, but I do believe in a God. I'm super spiritual. But for me, I've been through stuff. Like I said, I've been working since I was 13. I had my son when I was 17. I went in a shelter at one point. A lot of people don't even know that about me because guess what? I was still working 2 jobs and getting to it, taking care of my kids. And then after that, I moved out and got my own place. And I was at, 19, 20 at the time. And then from there, my life just took off, literally. I was lucky enough that I had that hustle and that drive in me that to go get it. Because on my birthday, I remember on my birthday of whatever year it was, because that was so long ago. But I was walking through an area in the Bronx, just walking up and down. I didn't even have a job. I was walking up and down looking. I said, it's my birthday, but guess what? I need money. I gotta find a job. Yeah. That's what I did. I went and left my resume inside of the it was a podiatry office. They were like, well, you don't have experience doing this, but okay. They were like, we're not really hiring. I said, okay, no problem, but just, keep it on file. I left. They called me that next day and said to come in. I said, wait a minute, okay. I literally started that week. That next month, I already got a $2 raise. After 6 months after that, one of the doctors was leaving to open his own practice. He took me with him. Wow. He said, no, you're coming with me. That's how I got into opening up practices and being practice managers and healthcare management, because he saw my hustle. He saw like, I always knew that I was better than what I had been through at the end of the day. And I worked for him for 18 years, literally 18 years. I was with one employer. Wow. But I've been through stuff. I've dealt with some things. Trust me, I've never had an easy life. Okay, I'm very I'm kind of like an outsider. I'm not very close with my family, so that's another thing. Like it's sad. Like I hear people talk about their mother, they father. I don't have that. Like my children, that's my family. My dogs, that's my family. Yeah, you know what I mean. Just because unfortunately you can't choose what family you come from.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know what I mean? Like it's just sometimes, regardless, it may hurt, but you have to have your distance.
Right.
So
right.
Well, but I lost it all. Like I had a house, I had to sell the house. Like I was a happily married woman, and then left. That just went upside down and out the blue. It was just everything just went from having a 2-income home to now 1, and then oh my God, now the mortgage is on you, the water bill is on you, everything, electricity, everything's on you. Everything's on you now, and you have literally the dogs. I say are children because, like I said, they're more expensive and time consuming than children are.
Right.
So you're like, oh my God. But like I said, I just had to keep getting to it.
Well, power to you. I am so proud of you that, you overcome all that. And then now you literally teaching people how to have a better life for themselves.
So, and honestly, I'm not there yet. Trust me. I'm still going through it. Before then, just for transparency, like I literally was going through something. I have a neighbor that is very disrespectful. He was very rude to my daughter. And I had to call the cops. I said, this is not it. I said, I pay rent here. I pay a lot of rent here. So I said, you're not going to come and disrupt my peace. You're not going to violate my daughter. It just got too much. And literally, it just blew up. He was talking crazy to me. And I'm like, what did I do to deserve that? But like I said, you can't look at yourself. It's how they feel about themselves at the end of the day. But I still had to come on here and just be happy. I don't let stuff defeat me. Like it literally just happened. Like literally 10 minutes before I got on. I was like, oh my God. Like literally, I was like, this is horrible. Like I was in tears. I was just like, I'm like, I don't need to deal with this. But
I'm sorry, but you handling it well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pray for him, and I'm gonna pray for
I'm
you
gonna pray
too.
for him because he needs is something wrong, and I can't help him. I don't know.
Yeah, can't go finish handling
Listen,
that.
all I'm about to go do is go bake because you know I like to bake from scratch. So I think I'm gonna do some little mini pound cakes or something.
Yeah,
and then that's it.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna go relax the rest of the day. Take the dogs out for their walk. Go throw out the trash. Stuff I don't want to do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking your Sunday and
yes,
hanging out with me.
Having me. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you sharing because a lot of people will benefit from this. I really just truly appreciate you sharing. And if you have any last minute thing you want to add, feel free. If not, go ahead and leave
honestly,
your social media.
If you guys want to know more, just reach out. You can inbox me. I'm more than welcome to answer questions. I'm not that kind of person. I am not how these gurus be acting. I'm no guru.
Right.
I'm a regular person that gets information and shares it with you guys.
Okay. And then go ahead and say your Instagram one more time.
It's at Piece of Tea. And when you go there, I'm going to announce my other pages afterwards. But it's at Peace, PeaceOftee.
Yeah.
So you can follow me there and definitely DM me if you're interested in any of the services I provide or you just want information,
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, T. Thank you so much for sharing.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much for having me, and we'll definitely be in contact.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna be messaging you about that food stamp stuff because food is expensive.
It's too expensive. Yes. Yeah, very.
Okay, well,
and nobody should be struggling if they don't really have to. So
right, amen to that. So if y'all have any questions, make sure you reach out to T. I will leave all her information in the description box. If y'all have any question, comment, or concern about anything we talked about today, just email us, and then we'll be happy to answer that for you. That's all. Thank y'all so much for listening. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, T. I really appreciate you. With that being said, thank you so much for listening. We hope you join us next time as we embark on this journey of self-discovery, healing, and building connection. Together we'll explore the depth of love, the complexity of life, and the limitless possibility that await us on the other side of adversity. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, please email us at lovelifeafter18@gmail.com or hit us up on our Instagram at love.lifeafter. We would love to hear from you and hope you let your story become our inspiration. Peace. See you next time.